Shalom. All right, we in there. All right, bear with me 1 second. All right, Shalom, let's share the screen. All right. Hey, Shalom Akia. Yabashimel Shabrakata. All right, we're going to get after it. All right, bear with me. Okay, this is the book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 5 and verse 1. And it reads, it says, "Then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted him and made no account for his labors." All right, Shalom. Before I get started with this live lesson, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who taught me this truth. Double salutations to all you Akim out there laboring, the house of David, the elect, that's pushing this word with all truth, righteousness, and sincerity. Shalom to you, brothers. I'm back at you with another live lesson through the Holy Spirit, the Rakakwadash. All right. And the title of this show is "The Prophets of Yahweh Shema Shai Are a Terror Unto Egypt." Okay. Spiritual Egypt, which is America. Okay. Pretty much the prophets of Yahweh Shema Shai are a problem. All right. As I was saying yesterday in my lesson, we are a thorn into the side of the wicked, man. Okay. And we're going to continue to get on this subject matter here. All right. But before I grab the scriptures, just to kind of link it all together, just to show you that this word, this knowledge that's going out, the great awakening that's taking place. All right. The identifying of the wicked and who the righteous are, the people. All right. Because really, this is an information war between who we really are as the Israelites versus who they really are as the wicked. All right. The Edomites, Amalek. Okay. The rulers of darkness of this world. Okay. The devils that control every aspect of humanity. All right. This is what it's really about. And they're being absolutely slaughtered in this information war. Okay. So anyway, I want to make a point here. The Elder Yashua had brought this out in one of his previous lessons before, going into this extremism program that Esau set up. As you read here, the contemporary violent extremism and the so-called Black Hebrew Israelite movement, which came out in September 2022. It says program on extremism, the George Washington University. All right. So I was just looking through it, and I'm going to bring this out again in another lesson. All right. But I wanted to just kind of highlight here. All right. We're going to go down to page 4. All right. Let's read this real quick. Because as you see, these devils are hurt. All right. And this is all part of this COINTELPRO. All right. Infiltration. All right. You know, we got spook spies in the mist. All right. There's a lot of shit that's happening because of this word. All right. But anyway, I just want to read this real quick. All right. And I'm going to highlight here because we're going to read this highlighted part down here too as well. Right. But anyway, so this is page 4 here. And it says extremism and the so-called Black Hebrew Israelite movement, origins and history, right? So let's read a little bit of this. Okay. It says the so-called Black Hebrew Israelite movement encompasses a range of religious subgroups that subscribe to the belief that African Americans are the descendants of biblical Israelites. All right. And this is true. All right. The core ideologies that form the movement are mostly a product of antebellum South, as some enslaved Africans develop a symbolic identification with the plight of the Israelites in the Old Testament, and particularly in the book of Exodus. All right. Because we are the people, man. All right. The Spirit beareth witness with our people that we are the sons of the true living power. All right. It says, let's read that again. Okay. It says the core ideologies that form the movement are mostly a product of antebellum South, as some enslaved Africans develop a symbolic identification with the plight of the Israelites in the Old Testament, and particularly in the book of Exodus. Right. And everything is spiritual, because hey, we're in spiritual Egypt all over again. Right. It says, however, the institutional roots of the movement trace back to individual preachers in the late 20th century who claimed to have received revelations that African Americans were descendants of the 10 lost tribes of Israel. And after the establishment of the first BHI, which stands for so-called Black Hebrew Israelites, it says, after the establishment of the first BHI houses of worship in the late 1890s, hundreds of religious institutions espousing the belief of Black descendants from the Israelites of the Old Testament were created throughout the 20th century. By the 1980s, some estimates claim that there were up to 40,000 so-called Black Hebrew Israelites in the U.S., with several thousand more in Israel. All right, let's read a little bit more. Okay. So as we're reading this, part of this PDF file here, going into the violent extremism of the so-called Black Hebrew Israelites, we see ultimately that these devils, they're hurt, and this is part of the narrative that's built up, all right, to ultimately come against us. All right, the persecution. All right, brothers been going into the famine of the word. All these things tie in. It says the BHI movement is not monolith. Beyond its central tenets described above, the various historical and current offshoots of the movement have been influenced by a variety of other strains of religion, social, and political thought that result in a variety of disparate groups that while they can all be placed under the aegis of the BHI movement, are dissimilar in their beliefs and activities. The main dividing line in the movement between BHI groups that identify as Christian, including the earliest institutions associated with the movement, such as the Church of the Living God, the pillar ground of truth for all nations, and the Church of God and Saints of Christ, and those that identify more closely with Judaism, adopting traditional Jewish practices, such as celebrating Jewish holidays, observing Jewish dietary and ritual laws, and using the Hebrew language in liturgy. All right, here's the point highlighted. It says the diversity of ideological influence weighing on the BHI movement also characterizes the range of socio-political engagement methods in use by the movement's followers. This is particularly excuse me. This is particularly true with the movement's extremist fringe, which expands the idea of Black descendants from the biblical Israelites to argue inter alia that white people are the offspring of Satan, and that today's so-called white Jews are usurpers or imposters. Arguably, the decisive line separating the vast majority of BHI adherents who do not subscribe to these claims and BHI extremists are their views on so-called Jews who are not in the BHI movement. Most BHIs view so-called white Jews as legitimately Jewish. The BHI fringe believes that they are Edomites. They are Edomites, quote unquote, the descendants of the biblical figure Esau. All right, see, this is all in the manual here, man. So Esau breaking it down. Okay, you see how he tries to downplay it? This is the truth right here. Okay, it says the BHI fringe believes that they are Edomites, quote unquote, the descendants of the biblical figure Esau, thus placing them outside of the fold of biblical Israelites who are the descendants of Esau's brother Jacob, and or the synagogue of Satan, referencing Revelation 3 and 9. All right. And it says, and then it goes into their views. Matter of fact, I'm gonna read a little bit more. We'll grab the scriptures, right? So it's going into the different camps and factions and where they're located in the different cities across the United States, right? Let's jump down. It says BHI extremist public demonstrations refer to adherents as camps. All right. See, this is some real hardcore COINTEL, infiltration, breaking this thing, trying to break this thing down. It says the BHI extremist public demonstrations referred to by adherents as camps, quote unquote, are highly confrontational, frequently imbued with the extremist BHI's fringe most vitriolic beliefs, including anti-Sem, Holocaust denialism, misogynist, and homophobic beliefs, and calls for white people to be sold into slavery. and in the 21st century are increasingly broadcast online. See that? That's talking about us. Okay? That's talking about us pushing these videos, man, these epistles. All right? This word going out throughout the unicorn. It says are increasingly broadcast online. Okay? Remember, these devils are watching the videos. Okay? It says while they are corrosive, they rarely spill over into violence. That notwithstanding the rhetoric and the viewpoints expressed during these rallies, alongside the involvement of specific BHI groups in the criminal underworld, have led to several notable instances of the BHI adherents planning and executing violent attacks. This is what it's all about here. All right. They want to tie us into some type of a terroristic threat, claiming that we are violent. All right. That's why they keep bringing up that whack ass New Jersey shooting, which was all set up by Esau. Right. Those were paid actors. All right. So Esau, he's gonna continue to push this. All right. Until he gets what he wants. Okay. It says, because of this, federal law enforcement has constantly assessed the quote extreme elements of the BHI movement are prone to engage in violent activity. You see that? And that's why you got these dumb niggas, as I call them, Hebrew Thuggalites, that are all on social media bearing arms. All right. Got the got the banana clips, all on social media with these handguns and these assault rifles with fringes on, man. And all that shit is going to be used to tie us into the demonization. All right. But anyway, so with that being read here, okay, once again, the prophets are a terror unto Egypt, man. See, this is all weak and futile attempts, all right, to demonize us, to injure our cause, man. Because what Esau is the accuser. Let's get that real quick. We'll start with that, because Esau is the accuser of our brethren, and everything that we read in that document proves that. All right. This is Revelation chapter 12. All right. This is Revelation chapter 12 and verse 10. And it reads, it says, and I heard with a loud voice, and I heard a loud voice saying in heaven, now is come salvation and strength in the kingdom of our power and the power of his Christ, or the anointed. For the accuser of our brethren is cast down, which accused them before our power day and night. All right. So Esau is regarded as the accuser of our brethren. All right. The slanderer. All right. Let's get that word for accuser. Right.
Strong's G 2723. Categareo.
Right. For that word accuser. All right. To accuse. All right. It says to accuse before a judge, to make an accusation, an extrajudicial accusation, to charge with some offense. All right. And this is what Esau is leading with. Okay. How we're violent extremists, how we're a terror threat. You know, you see how they briefly put in here how the white people were the Edomites. You know, the so-called 48ers were imposters, right? Because they noticed that this is true. Okay, but Esau knows how to play. He knows how to play on the minds of the people by pushing out this whatever you call this PDF document, all right, on how to analyze us, how to break us down, how to properly identify us, all this bullshit. Because what? He's hurt. All right, the prophets are a terror unto Egypt. All right, real quick, hold on, bear with me. Okay, bear with me real quick. Is that the same word? Accuse? Yeah, it's the same word. Categorio. Let me see. Yep, same word. Okay. So anyway, so let's get this. All right. This is Revelation 11. This is Revelation 11 in verse 11, and it reads, okay. Matter of fact, we'll start up. Revelation 11 and verse 7, and it reads, Revelation 11 and 7, it says, and when they have finished the testimony, the beast that ascendeth out of the bottomless pit shall make war against them and overcome them and kill them. Okay. Verse 8, it says, and their dead bodies shall lie in the great, and their dead bodies shall lie in the street of the great city, which spiritually is called Sodom and Egypt. All right. And those dead bodies representing Israelites that are in that dry bone and dead state, not knowing that they're Israelites, man. All right. And that great city, which is spiritually Sodom and Egypt, all right, which is America. Okay. Where also our Lord Yahweh Shemel Shai was crucified. All right. Verse 9, it says, and they of the people and kindreds and tongues and nations shall see their dead bodies 3 days and a half, and shall not suffer their dead bodies to be put in graves. All right. Because Esau and these nations didn't allow us to know who we are. All right. Here it is. Our people served hardcore slavery. All right. And they died not knowing who they truly are as a people. All right. Because remember, according to Psalms 83, we are the hidden ones. Okay. And the nations conspire together to hide away our dead, to hide away our identities. All right. Which kept us in that dead state. You see? So it says, verse 10, it says, and they that dwell upon the earth shall rejoice over them and make merry, and shall send gifts one to another, because these two prophets tormented them that dwelt on the earth. All right. The northern and southern kingdom. Okay. And you Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, and Hispanics, you were the gifts. You were the slaves. All right. That they sent to one another, that they sold to one another, man. Okay. Because it said what? Because these two prophets tormented them that dwelt on the earth. So these nations, Esau and these heathen nations, they know about us. All right. They know about the time of King David and Solomon, man, when we ruled over the nations. Okay. They understand that. They have the records, the scrolls. They understand the history. All right. They know exactly who we are. Okay. Verse 11, it says, and after 3 days and a half, the spirit of life from Yahweh Shemel Shai entered into them. All right. So after that 3 days and a half, that 350 years of Israel being in a dead state. All right. Calling himself by another name. All right. Worshiping another God. Okay. The spirit of life from Yahweh Shemel Shai entered into them. And when did that happen? During the time of Abba Bivens, man. All right. Elijah coming back in the last days, turning the hearts of the children back to the fathers. All right. The knowledge of Israel basically being reactivated back in the earth. All right. The 12 tribe sign. All right. The identification of the tribes. You see? That time of what? Really going into the early 1960s, really. All right. When you really had this knowledge be amplified in the earth at that time, man. Okay. It says, and they stood upon their feet in great fear fell upon them which saw them. All right. Great fear has fallen upon our enemies. All right. Because they see the elect standing back up. Okay. And they know once the nation of Israel, once the elect are standing back upon their feet, that's the fall of their power, man. So this is why they're in great fear. This is why you're reading a documentation, all right, on how to assess the Israelites, all right, that they're nothing but violent extremists, terrorists. Okay, this is all Esau's means of combat. How you say the word combating prophecy. All right, this is his way of trying to derail, if you will, the awakening of the Israelites. All right. Isaiah 19, okay, is Isaiah 19 and verse 16. And it reads, "And that day shall Egypt be like unto women, and it shall be afraid and fear because of the shaking of the hand of Yahweh Shemawashai of hosts, which he shaketh over." And who's shaking the hand? The prophets, man. This is why fear has engulfed these people, man, because they're hearing the prophecies. They're hearing the judgments, man. Right? Real quick, Jeremiah 28 and 8. Jeremiah 28 and 7, it says, "Nevertheless, hear thou now this word that I speak in thy ears and in the ears of all the people." Verse 8, Jeremiah 28 and 8. "The prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesy both against many countries and against great kingdoms of war and of evil and of pestilence," man. And this is what the true prophets would be declaring in the earth. And these things are happening, man. All right. You're seeing the war in Ukraine with Russia, which is going to lead to the war of Armageddon, World War III. All right. You're seeing civil war being brewed up throughout America. You're seeing all the great evils that are happening, the pestilence, the diseases. All right. The biological warfare that's going out throughout the earth. These things are happening, man. Why? Because the true prophets have been sent and they're back upon the earth, giving you the truth, man. All right. The true message from Yahweh Shemawashai, verse 9. "The prophet which prophesied peace, when the word of the prophet shall come to pass, then shall the prophet be known that the Lord Yahweh Shemawashai have truly sent them." And these people see that, man. All right. These people see that the true prophets of Yahweh Shemawashai have been sent, that we hold the truth. All right. That the testimony that we hold is faithful and true, man. All right. So let's go back. Reading again, Isaiah 19 and 16. "In that day shall Egypt be like unto women, and it shall be afraid and fear because of the shaking of the hand of Yahweh Shemawashai of hosts, which he shaketh over it." All right. Quick precept. Isaiah 13 and 1. And it reads, it says, "The burden of Babylon, which Isaiah the son of Amos did see." Verse 2. "Lift ye up a banner upon the high mountain." The banner is the truth, this word. All right. "Lift ye up a banner upon the high mountain." The high mountain is America, the top government, if you will. All right. This is where the word went out. All right. This word that has reached the four corners of the earth came out of Babylon, man. All right. Going back to what, like Elder Apostle Tahar said, starting with 1 West. All right. Ezekiel 37 tells you what, that a cry was made, a noise was made. Okay. That's the awakening of Israel. Okay. "Lift you up a banner upon the high mountain, exalt the voice unto them." All right. We were commanded to lift our voices up as a trumpet. Okay. "Exalt the voice unto them, shake the hand, that they may go into the gates of the nobles." You see that? So going back to Isaiah 19, all right, these people are in fear because of what? Of the shaking of the hand of the Lord Yahweh Shemawashai of hosts. The prophets, man. Now the word is going up to the gates of the nobles. All right. The shit that Kanye was saying was right. Right? When he was getting at Amalek, the 48ers, the small hats. A lot of things he was saying was true. Okay. And as we said before, hey, the Lord is like the Lord will do that. He'll use a nigga that has the platform and the following, all right, in the so-called celebrity world to get, you know, the hopeful elect's attention, if you will. All right. That's how the Lord wrote the story. Okay, because now what? People are watching the interviews because the interview went viral. People downloaded the video before it was taken down by Drink Champs. And now you got Jakes talking. They talking about this thing. They're analyzing what was brought out. They're speaking about who the Israelites are, who are the real Jews. Okay, who are the imposters? They're talking about the prophecy. They're talking about those men that you see on the highways and hedges all over the earth. You see? So our adversaries, our enemies are in fear because of the shaking of the hand of the Lord Yahweh Shema of hosts, which he shaketh over it. Verse 17. Isaiah 19:17, in the land of Judah shall be a terror unto Egypt. You see that? And this is really dealing with the prophets. Okay, because hey, the waters would come out of Judah first, as it tells you that in Isaiah 48 and verses 1 and 2, somewhere in there. Right? Judah was awoken up first, and then all the other tribes follow suit. So ultimately, the prophets as a whole, all right, it says that in the land of Judah shall be a terror unto Egypt. You see? See, the prophets are a terror unto Egypt, man. And this is how we know. All right. This in-depth analysis of the Hebrew Israelites, man. Okay. You know, the fact that the wicked is being called out. The world knows that you so-called white people are the Edomites, the wicked. All right. And you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, Hispanics are the Israelites, the righteous, man, God's people. Deuteronomy 7:6. The Lord said that what? That his people were a special people above all nations on the planet Earth. Okay. Let me see. I'm just looking at anything else I want to read. Bear with me. All right. Yeah, you got Esau trying to tie you to the nation of Islam. Right? It's a lot of shit up in here, man. You know? Bear with me. I'm just seeing if there's anything I want to pull out here. And you can read this on your own. It's a lot. All right. Esau made a whole pamphlet. All right. Why? Because he shook. Hey, they know that we know. They know that we know. And they're scared, man. Period. Let's go back. Isaiah 19 and 17. And the land of Judah should be a terror unto Egypt. Let's get this word for terror. All right. Okay. That word for terror. It says terror, a reeling in terror. Figuratively, fear, terror. Right? It says Isaiah 19:17, and the land of Judah should become to Egypt a reeling, i.e., Egypt shall reel in terror at the sight of it. Yeah, you see all these so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, and Hispanics all over the United States and the globe singing the same song, man. Proclaiming the name of Yahweh Shema Shai, bringing forth these prophecies. You damn right this is a terror unto these people, man. Unto these damn Edomites. All right? The slaves are standing up. Hey, those Hebrew slaves are standing back upon their feet in spiritual Egypt. That's why we read Wisdom of Solomon, the 5th chapter. All right? That the righteous shall stand in great boldness before the face of such that afflicted him and gave no account for his labors. That's us. You see? Let me see. I'm going to look up this word reeling. Let's look that up. Reeling. What does this word reeling mean? To reel. Let me see. I just wanted to look up this word reeling. It says a set of curved lawnmower blades that rotate around a bar parallel to the ground, cutting grass while moving against a stationary straight blade. All right, yeah, these people are being mowed down. The Lord said, I have hewn them by the prophets. Ooh, let me get that too. Right? It says, reel, to be thrown off balance or fall back. Reel from the sharp blow. Yeah, that's coming. This truth. This truth is like that damn jab right to the face, man. That power shot. Okay? And what America, Egypt, the powers that be are being thrown off balance. They're falling. Right? It says to stagger, lurch, or sway from drunkenness. All right. To feel dizzy, a staggering, swaying, or whirling movement. Yeah. This place is getting his ass whooped by the spirit of truth. Right. That's coming out of the prophets. Right. So let's go back. Just want to read that definition. All right. So Isaiah 19:17, it says, in the land of Judah shall be a terror unto Egypt, and everyone that maketh mention thereof shall be afraid in himself, because of the counsel of the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua of hosts, which he have determined against it. So as the prophets are standing upon their feet and giving you the truth and singing this song, all right, the people are going back and they're reading the prophecies for themselves, man. People know out here that what? That the Israelites have the truth, man. All right? That we telling you nothing but truth, man. That the things that are written in the scriptures are actually happening. People are seeing it. People are scared. All right. They want us off the street corners. They want us off the internet, man. That's why the famine of the word is coming. They abhor him that speaketh uprightly. You see? And they're hearing the counsel of the Lord. See? Scriptures tell us that too. Psalms 37. Let's get that real quick. I'll go back. All right. This is Psalms. All right, this is Psalms 37, real quick. All right, this is Psalms 37 and Psalms 37, verse 28, and it reads, it says, for the Lord Yahweh Shema Shah loveth judgment, and forsaketh not his saints. They are preserved forever. But the seed of the wicked shall be cut off. And that's the time we coming into now, man. The seed of the wicked, the Edomites. All right. Esau, the Idumeans, they're about to be cut off. All right. Verse 29, the righteous shall inherit the land and dwell therein forever. The point. Verse 30, it says, the mouth of the righteous speak of wisdom. Who's the righteous? The elect. All right. Starting with the prophets, the mouth of the righteous speak of wisdom, this knowledge, and his tongue talketh of judgment. This is why these Egyptians, this is why the prophets are a terror unto Egypt. They're hearing the judgments. All right. This is the end of the white man's power structure, his rule. Okay. Verse 31, the law of his power is in his heart, and none of his steps shall slide. You see? Verse 32, the wicked watcheth the righteous and seeketh to slay him. Yeah, going back to the article. Let's pull it up. The wicked watcheth the righteous and seeketh to slay him. Okay, everything that we just read here. All right, the threats of the Israelites. All right, the violence that they bring, etc., etc. All right, the wicked watcheth the righteous. Yeah, they watching the videos, man. You know, they got the closed caption where you can actually read what's being said from the videos, twisting up the words. You know, this is all part of the program, right? Psalms 37 and 33, the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai will not leave him in his hand, right? Psalms 97 and 10, the Lord is going to deliver the righteous, the elect, out of the hand of the wicked. The Lord Yahweh Shema Shai will not leave him in his hand, nor condemn him when he is judged. Verse 34, wait on the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai and keep his way, and he shall exalt thee to inherit the land. When the wicked are cut off, thou shalt see it. There you go. Beautiful. All right. So back in Isaiah 19 and 17 again, in the land of Judah should be a terror unto Egypt, and everyone that maketh mention thereof shall be afraid in himself, because of the counsel of the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai of hosts, which he have determined against it, man, which he has determined against Egypt, Babylon, America, right? Let's read this in the good news real quick before I move on. Same verse. Egypt will worship the Lord, right? Here we go. Isaiah 19 and 16, and it reads, this is in the Good News translation. Isaiah 19 and 16, Good News translation. It says, a time is coming when the people of Egypt will be as timid as women. All right. And we see that now, man. All right. This is a very weak, effeminate society, man. All this madness is being pushed. The agendas of the nasty people. All right. This sodomy, this transformism. All right. There's a Queen of Heaven spirit that's pushed heavily out here, man. Okay. It says Egypt will be as timid as women. They will tremble in terror when they see that the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai Almighty has stretched out his hand to punish them. The people of Egypt will be terrified of Judah every time they are reminded of the fate that the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai Almighty has prepared for them. Yeah, you see, that's the prophecies, man. It's because of the men of Yahweh Shema Shai. People understand that they're at the end. They're at the end of the world. They see that World War III is being prepared, man. They see that the charagma, it's already here. It's mainstream. We just waiting for it to be pushed. All right, that the economy is crashing. All right, that nothing but evils have been prepared for Egypt. Okay, the Lord is going to send those plagues all over again, if you will. You see, so people are shook. You know, they're seeing us and they're hearing us. All right. They're seeing us all over the highways and hedges, and they're hearing what we have to say. They're watching the videos. Let's go back. Isaiah 19 and 18, in that day shall 5 cities in the land of Egypt speak the language of Canaan, which is what? The Hebrew. All right. Brothers speak the Hebrew. Okay. It says, and swear to the Lord, Yahweh Shema Shai of hosts, one shall be called the city of destruction, all right, which is the prophets of doom. Isaiah 19 and 19, and that day shall there be an altar. There should be an altar to the Lord, Yahweh Shema Shai, in the midst of the land of Egypt. And that's the prophets, man, that are making their bodies a living sacrifice, that are out there teaching. All right. In that day shall there be an altar to the Lord, Yahweh Shema Shai, in the midst of the land of Egypt, and a pillar at the border thereof to the Lord, man, the pillar, the leaders, the foundation. Verse 20, and it shall be for a sign. See? It shall be for a sign and for a witness unto the Lord, Yahweh Shema Shai of hosts, in the land of Egypt. All right? So the fact that you see these men all over the earth, throughout America and all over the world, the Lord said it would be for a sign. Okay? Because this has never happened before. Right? It says sign, a distinguishing mark, banner, remembrance. Ooh, a miraculous sign, an omen. Right? This would be a sign, an omen of what? The end of America, the end of Egypt. This place is about to fall. All right. It said remembrance. Let's get that. Get that in Baruch. All right. You already know where I'm going. Baruch, the 2nd chapter, right? Real quick before I go back. That's Baruch chapter 2. All right. And verse 20. Bear with me. This is Baruch chapter 2, verse 30. All right. And it reads, it says, for I knew that they would not hear me because it is a stiff-necked people, but in the land of their captivities, they shall remember themselves. You see, in the land of their captivities, in the land of their slavery. All right. They shall remember themselves. That's the sign. Okay. And shall know that I am the Lord, Yahweh Shema Shai, their power, for I will give them a heart and ears to hear. right? And that's spiritual. And they shall praise me in the land of their captivity, right? And think upon my name. So not only will we praise the Lord in our captivity and our slavery, but we will think upon his name, showing you that what? That we have his name. The elect shall praise his holy name, Yahweh Shema Shai, and shall return from their stiff neck and from their wicked deeds. Right. That's why Jacob's coming out of the church. He's dropping the idols. Okay. He's coming out of these philosophies of the world. You know, he's coming back to the Lord in truth. It says, for they shall remember the way of their fathers, which sinned before the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai. You see, there you go. So let's go back to that definition again. Right. That was the definition of the word sign: signal, distinguishing mark, banner, the truth, the word, the standard, remembrance, miraculous sign, omen, warning. You see, this was, and not only was this a sign, but this was a warning. Okay, because what? Yahweh Shema Shai has always sent out his prophets before the destruction came, right? So this is a warning to Egypt, America, Babylon the Great, right? Isaiah 19:20, and it shall be for a sign and for a witness unto the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai of hosts in the land of Egypt. For they shall cry unto the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai because of the oppressors, and he shall send them a savior and a great one, and he shall deliver them. And that's Yahweh Shai. Okay. And the cry has gone up, pursuing to James, the 5th chapter. Right. Let's get that too. Straight to the point. James 5:4. And it reads, behold, the hire of the laborers, all right, which were the slaves, you Israelites. Behold, the hire of the laborers who have reaped down your fields, which is of you kept back by fraud, crieth. And the cries of them have reaped and entered into the ears of the Lord of Sabaoth, which is the Lord of armies, man. So the cries have gone up. All right. Our supplications are being heard. All right. And the Lord is coming to send us a great savior, as we read. Right. Psalms 34:15. The eyes of the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai are upon the righteous, and his ears are open to their cry. The face of the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai is against them that do evil, to cut off the remembrance of them from the earth. All right. So Esau knows and understands this, right? That who the world only calls God and Jesus the Christ is coming to cut them off from the face of the earth. All right. This is the time of the translation of power and the setup of new management. The righteous cry, and the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai, the righteous cry, and the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai heareth and delivereth them out of all their troubles. Okay, because we see that the setup is coming. All right, we see that the we see that the famine of the word is coming. All right, the demonization, the persecution, and the eventual rolling down upon the prophets, man. Those who believe in the truth. They should be like madmen, sparing none, as the scriptures say, man. All right. This is a very serious time. Right. Going back, where's we at? It says, Salakia. Verse 18, the Lord, Psalms 34:18, the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai is nigh unto them that are of a broken heart, and savior such as be of a contrite spirit. Many are the afflictions of the righteous, but the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai delivereth him out of them all. All right. The Lord is going to deliver, man. The Lord is going to lift up that standard. All right. Power is going to be manifested on the earth. Miracles are going to happen. All right. And all these things were for a sign. All right. It says, yeah, that was it on that. So let's move on. All right. This is Hosea. Let's get this too. This is the book of Hosea, chapter 6 and verse. Yep. Hosea chapter 6, verse 5, it says, therefore have I hewn them by the prophets. All right. These people are being cut. All right. Cut to pieces. Hebrews 4 and 12. All right. The word of the Lord is like a sharp sword. All right. Therefore I have hewn them by the prophets. Let's get this word for hewed. All right. We brought this out at camp. All right. I have hewn them by the prophets. Right. It says to dig, cleave, divide, hew, make, cut out, dig out, cut down. All right. And that's what this word is doing. To be cut down, be hewn, be engraved, to hew into pieces, cut up into pieces. Right. That's exactly what's happening to the powers that be. Right. Just want to get this out of the lexicon. Right. It says in the lexicon here, it says metaphorically, Psalms 29 and 7, the voice of Yahweh cutteth out flames of fire, i.e. sends out divided flames of fire, which are the prophets. All right. The Lord said that his ministers would be a flame of fire. He said that the word that's coming out of the prophet's mouth will be like fire, and the people will be like wood, and they would be devoured. Definition 2, it says figuratively to destroy, to slay. Hosea 6 and 5, hewed them by the prophets, i.e. I have declared to them death and destruction. You see? And this is why they shook. All right. The prophets are a terror unto Egypt, man. Okay. They're hearing the message. Okay. Hosea 6 and 5, therefore I have hewn them by the prophets. I have slain them by the words of my mouth. All right. Esau's hurt. He's being decimated by the words of Yahweh Shema Shah. I have slain them by the words of my mouth, and thy judgments are as the light that goeth forth. See? Let's add on to that. 2 Thessalonians 2. All right. 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 and verse 8, straight to the point. It says, and then shall the wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth. All right. We just read that in Hosea 6 and 5. I have hewn them by the prophets and slayed them by the spirit of his mouth. Okay. That's the men that you see out here on the highways and hedges, on the street corners, the ones that you said were crazy, that were bug outs, that were low lives. Right. But the Lord is using the lowly men to confound the world. His prophets. All right, his true prophets, I should say, because first and foremost, Kanye West is not a prophet. Neither the rest of these niggas in Hollywood that have been trying to voice their opinions, all right, about the truth. At the end of the day, like the nigga Kanye did, he apologized, and you had the nigga Noriega, he apologized, all right, because it was too much heat. All right, you should have seen the ones that saw the Drink Champs video when Kanye was going in on the 4080s. You should have seen how uncomfortable the nigga was looking. And I said, once I had watched it, I knew that video was going to get taken down, man. You know? See, the Lord set us up because we're the only ones out here that are not compromised like the rest of these niggas. Right? These niggas are compromised, man. They ain't Esau's pocket, man. All right? They're bound by the devil. We not, man. So we can speak freely. Right? And then shall the wicked be revealed, because now we're in the time of the devil. All right, you Edomites being revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth. You see, the prophets, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming. There you have it, man. Yahweh Shai is physically coming back to take you devils down, to take down this beast empire, this system, this revived Roman Empire, man. You know, but the first thing that happened was that he was going to be revealed first, and as we seen that, that's why the knowledge of who we are, the truth is the main talking point on all these platforms now, right? This is Revelation. I'm sorry. This is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 2. All right. Like I said, this is the mind going into the mindset of Esau, really the elites, because the fact that we're out here standing upon our feet in great boldness. What did it say? We're like we're grievous at sight to behold, as it said. Let me get it. All right. This is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 2, and verse 12. Yeah, we'll start here. All right. Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 2, and verse 12. And it reads, therefore, let us lie and wait for the righteous, because he is not for our turn. He is clean contrary to our doings. He upbraideth us with our offending the law, and objective to our infamy, that the transgressions of our education. All right. Because everything that this man has pushed, these damn devils has pushed, was all lies. All right. Verse 13. He professeth to have the knowledge of Yahweh Shem Shai, and he calleth himself the child of the Lord Yahweh Shem Shai. Yeah, that's prophecy, Isaiah 44. All right. One shall surname himself by the name of Jacob, another shall call himself by the name of Israel. Right. Verse 14, he was made to reprove our thoughts. See that? Psalms 50 and 21. Right? He was made to reprove our thoughts. All right. Because the Lord set up the prophets to reprove him. Okay. Obadiah, the last verse, he said that he was going to raise up those judges upon the mount of Esau. Psalms 50 and 21. These things have thou done, and I kept silence, and thou thoughtest that I was altogether such as one as thyself. Right, because these devils, throughout all the wickedness that they perpetuated throughout the earth, they thought that the Lord was with them. Right? They thought that Israel was done. But I will reprove thee. And how is this devil being reproved? By the prophets, man. And set them in order before thy eyes. Yeah, going back to the raising up of the prophets, man. The spirit of life entered into them, and they stood upon their feet, and great fear fell upon them that saw them. All right, the prophets would be a terror unto Egypt. Okay, going back. Wisdom of Solomon 2 and 15. The point. He is grievous unto us, even to behold. You see that? Isaiah 13 and 2. Okay, this word is going up to the gates of the nobles, man. And this word is grievous unto the wicked, to the powers that be. All right, they can't stand the sight of us. He is grievous unto us, even to behold. For his life is not like other men's, and his ways are of another fashion. You see that? Because we're not of this world. Okay, we are of Yahweh Shem Shai. We are of another fashion. Right? Cut from another cloth, if you will, right? Verse 16, we are esteemed of him as counterfeits, right? Ooh, hold on. Let's go back to that part. Salaki, Jake be jumping around, but got to make that point. Because it said we are esteemed of him as counterfeits, right? What did it say in the document, the documentation here? Let me go back to that. We are esteemed of him as counterfeits, right? Where was it at? All right, it says, yep. I just want to read this part again. It says most BHIs view the so-called white Jews as legitimately Jewish. The BHI fringe believes that they are Edomites, the descendants of the biblical figure Esau, thus placing them outside of the fold of biblical Israelites, who are the descendants of Esau's brother Jacob, and or quote the synagogue of Satan, referencing Revelation 3 and 9. You see that? So they know what's up, man. Wisdom of Solomon 2 and 16. We are esteemed of him as counterfeits, frauds, imposters. Okay. We are esteemed of him as counterfeits. He abstaineth from our ways as from filthiness. Yeah. Everything about this place, the Western way, the ways of the Edomite, filthiness. Okay. The laws of the wicked, filthiness, abomination, man, not of the Lord. He pronounces the end of the just to be blessed, right? That's the prophecies, the kingdom of heaven. Salvation is for the elect out of the nation of Israel. Okay. He pronounces the end of the just to be blessed, and maketh his boast that God is his father. There you go, man. which is all prophecy. All right. So going back to the point, all right, we would be a terror unto Egypt. All right. It's all Bible prophecy coming to pass. All right. And as I say all the time, there's no more denying the truth. All right. So there you have it. You know, I pray that this lesson was edifying the water to you, brothers, for all the mighty precepts. That's right, brother. This is my Mayanlab 144. We are truly a terror to this place. Prophets are doing. Yeah, that's right, man. Remember Trump, he had made reference of that like a couple years ago. To not listen to the what he called us the, I forgot the word he used, but he said to not listen to the prophets of doom, in a lack of better words, man, because they're watching us. All right. Let me see. You brothers got them precepts, man. Exactly. Yep. Yeah, you brothers got it, man. But that's it, man. I don't want to be too long-winded. All right. I pray that this lesson was edifying, man. Just wanted to bring that out. All right. The prophets are a terror unto Egypt, America, and there's nothing they can do, man. All right. So I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who taught me this truth. Double salutations to all you Akim out there laboring in the house of David, the elect, that's pushing his word with all truth, righteousness, and sincerity. Shalom to you, brothers, and all you sincere believers in Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. Shalom.